will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing story time with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing.
Good morning, and welcome to Story Time. Thank you for joining us. How are you doing today? Welcome. Where are you joining us from today? And please, as always, let me know if anybody else is with you so we can say good morning to them as well. Thank you for joining us on Story Time. I am glad we are here. And of course, just also putting it out there, with been internet issues on my end, but I hope that it holds until we are done. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time. I am always happy to be here. And yes, another day together, another Thursday, and another amazing book that is coming back to Story Time. And this one is Intersection Allies. We make room for all. Yes, indeed. I hope you remember this one. It is indeed a wonderful one. I am excited to have this one back. And this one is coming to you from DOTTIR Press, and it is written by Dr. Chelsea Johnson, Dr. Toya Council, and Carolyn Choi, and of course illustrated by Ashley Seil Smith. And yes, it is a powerful one indeed. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time. I am glad we are here. Yes, this one first came to us in 2020, and 2 years later, it is still one of my favorite books and absolutely covers topics that I think we should be discussing. Thank you so much for joining in. I am glad you're here. Let us learn how to be intersection allies. Yes, indeed, and how we make room for all. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time. Another one from DOTTIR Press. Thank you for joining in Story Time. How are you doing today? Please let us know where you're joining us from. Indeed, thank you, and I hope that you are well too. Everybody, I hope those little niggles, those little things that are keeping us down can be shaken off and we move on. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time. I am glad we're here together. Let us see who is with us today, ready to enjoy Intersection Allies. And of course, thank you so much, Dr. Chelsea Johnson, for introducing me to this book. It has been a gift, and it is a gift that continues to give. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time. All right, let us see who is with us this morning. Good morning to you, Chriselle, Rocco, and Clay. How are you doing today? Thank you so much for joining us out in Long Beach, California. Thank you so much for being here. I hope that you're ready. I hope that today you can hear me. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time. I hope you can hear me. I hope the sound is clear on your end. Thank you for being here. Chriselle, good morning to you one more time. Rocco and Clay, thank you for joining us. Enjoy your breakfast, but also enjoy this wonderful story as we read. Thank you for being here. Yes, how are you doing, Chrissy? Thank you for being here. And you're saying out in sunny but chilly Vermont. Bode has a cold. Oh my goodness, Bowden. Oh, we're thinking of you, buddy. We're thinking of you and sending you love. And yes, indeed, hoping it's not the dreaded COVID-19. But I hope that you're well, buddy. I hope that you continue to heal up and feel better. Thank you for joining in Story Time. I hope that this story too helps in making you feel a lot better today. Thank you for joining in, buddy. We love you and we're glad you're here with us today. Thank you for being here. Good morning to you, Chris Mitchell Adams. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime and for sharing that information as well. Thank you for being here. Bowden, Feel better, buddy? Thank you. Thank you for joining us. Good morning to you, Sarah and Nathan. Oh, it is chilly, 9 degrees Fahrenheit with a real feel of 1. No, 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 no. This is no time for me to visit. Thank you so much for joining in. How do you stay warm in conditions like that? Do you get a chance to go outside? How are you doing? Thank you for joining in. I'm glad you're here. And let us get warm. Let us keep you warm with this wonderful story indeed. Intersection Allies. Yes, one of my favorites for sure. And you say you're all cuddled up and warm for story time. Oh my, that sounds like the perfect way to do it. Thank you so much for being here, Sarah and Nathan, and of course Amanda West. Big hugs to you, warm hugs to you indeed. Thank you so much for joining in today. Terry, how are you doing? And of course Abraham, and you're saying happy Thursday. Well, thank you so much for joining in. Oh, thank you. Absolutely. Gochi Polo Polo. Absolutely. Yes, the Zambia national soccer team. As we say right now, you have to watch them with doctor's advice because they are not playing well. But we keep on. You have to have doctors nearby as you watch the Chipolo Polo. Thank you so much for joining in. Humphrey, rock on that shirt. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time. Yes, this is the memory of 2012 when Zambia won the Africa Cup of Nations. It will always be the best jersey, I think. Until we win another one. Thank you so much for joining in today. I love it. Good morning to you, Abraham. I hope that you have one too, Abraham. And you, Terry. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time. Yay! Yes! Thankful for technology. Thank you so much, Chriselle and Rocco and Clay. I'm glad that you're able to hear me today. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time. I do again must say, internet has been down here on and off. So I hope that it holds for our story today and we can go all the way through. Thank you for being here. I am glad we're together. Intersection Allies. Yes, this powerful story that we have to read today. I hope that you enjoy it. I hope that you remember it. And of course, it's always good to go back to a good story, isn't it? Yes, indeed. All right, do join me after this break and we will be back with our story for today. Join me on the other side. For now, I will be back in a little bit.
Hey, this is Timothy Goodspeed of the Soapbox Salute. I'm the one who wrote Storytime's theme song. If you'd like to hear more of my protest folk music, you can check out the links below on Instagram or at my website. You are watching Storytime with Mr. Lamada.
Welcome back. Thank you so much, Timothy. Oh, I'm glad we're here together for more story time. And I must say in here, there's a part that will have me reading Spanish. Please forgive me. I will try my best to read it well. And also there's a part that is in Korean. Oh my. I could not find the recording that my friend sent to me for practice. So I will give it a go. We'll see how it goes. If you can speak Korean, you can read Korean out there. Please share the right way to say it after you see that part. Or if you have this book at home, follow along and you can advise. Thank you for joining in. I'm already laughing because I know it will be trouble. But I'm looking forward to it. All right, here we go. Intersection Allies. We make room for all. Oh, absolutely. We have to. This one by Dr. Chelsea Johnson, Dr. Toya Council, and Dr. Carolyn Choi, and illustrations by Ashley Seil Smith. Oh, I love it. And the foreword in this book is by Dr. Kimberly Crenshaw, the one that coined intersectionality. So you can read more about this later on. I want to start with one part that I think is super, super important. Of course, these pictures are amazing too, right? I just love that. I want that on my wall. Intersection Allies. Yeah. And this one, Intersection Allies. We make room for all. Yes, from DOTTIR Press. Dr. Bress have brought so many wonderful books, including books by Anastasia Higginbotham, which are amazing. If you've not seen them, please look them up. Anastasia Higginbotham. And I'll try to share some of those books with you here. All right. And there's a part that I wanted to share. And of course, the dedication here, the message to everyone out there says, to each other, we're better together. Oh, absolutely. To each other, we're better together. How about that? So true. And for the forward, I'll just read the top part, paragraph 1, because all of it is really important, but I just wanted to read the first part because it has a powerful message in it as well. But we'll move on after that to the story. Here we go. When we think of childhood and early education, we tend to remember learning things like numbers and letters, colors and shapes, timetables, and table manners. What's less often considered is that youth is also an opportunity for planting seeds of social conscience. The impressions of the world that we gather as children become the foundations for how we understand our place in it as adults. I'll read that again. The impressions of the world that we gather as children become the foundations for how we understand our places in it as adults. What might the future look like if all children were taught about justice, equity, and solidarity alongside the alphabet and arithmetic? Yes, indeed, something to absolutely think about. What might the future look like if all children were taught about justice, equity, and solidarity alongside the alphabet and arithmetic? Things to think about, right? All right, so now we can go into our story. And there's tips in there, a letter for the grown-ups. So if you ever get a chance to have this book at home, look at that. Read that letter. It is indeed great tips on how you can have conversations that are rooted in this book. Wonderful book indeed that teaches great lessons. All right. Witness the lives of a bold group of friends. If one is in need, another defends. Oh, yes. That's what friends do. Age is one trait that each of them share. But kids' lives are unique, as you will soon be aware. Each child has a story and their own point of view, filled with passion and power, just like you. Oh, yes. Each child has a story and their own point of view, filled with passion and power, just like you. Oh, let us meet this amazing group of friends. My name is Alejandra, but I go by Ali. I use a chair, but it doesn't define me. Instead, it allows me to zip, glide, and play. When I need to get through, friends help make a way. Oh, yes. I use a chair, but it doesn't define me. Instead, it allows me to zip, glide, and play. When I need to get through, friends help make a way. Oh. Where there's room for some, we make room for all. Friends can be allies, no matter how small. Oh, yes. You friends watching today, you are allies. You can be allies. Where there's room for some, we make room for all. Friends can be allies, no matter how small. Hello, I am Parker. After school every day, Ali's family takes care of us both while we play. Oh, community at work. My mom works hard to provide for me. Her love's the source of our stability. Not toys or money, nor treasures untold. Community care is more precious than gold. Oh, absolutely. No toys or money, no treasures untold. Community care is more precious than gold. Skirts and frills are cute, I suppose, but my superhero cape is more cape than those bows. Some may be confused that a kid like me can wear what I want and be proud and carefree. My friends defend my choices and place. A bathroom, like all rooms, should be a safe space. Oh, yes, indeed. My name is Abdullah, and just like Kate, what I wear inspires endless debate. Some give, some chant, some sing, some pray. My hijab is my choice. You can choose your own way. Oh, yeah. The clothes that you wear never justify hatred. Clothes can be playful, simple, or sacred. Covered, adorned, or with casual flair, my body's my own. I dress it with care. Oh, yes. The clothes that you wear never justify hatred from anybody. My name is Nia, and with what's on the news, it's easy to be frightened or sing the blues. For her, for them, for him, and for me, we all deserve to breathe and be free. Yes, for her, for him, for them, for him, and for me, we all deserve to breathe and be free. The color of our skin is no reason to hide. We protest for safety, equality, and pride. Our friends join along in solidarity and love. This is the stuff that allies are made of. Oh, yes, indeed. The color of our skin is no reason to hide. We protest for safety, equality, and pride. Our friends join along in solidarity and love. This is the stuff that allies are made of. Powerful, powerful indeed. I love this book so much. Safety also includes our trees and air, the land we've called home, our places of prayer. I am Dakota, and like my ancestors, my tribe and I are water protectors. From profit and power, we stand up to preserve our nations, our cultures, and the respect we deserve. Yes. And as you know, there's been so much fight in the Native American community. So much injustice has happened and is happening. Please let us be allies. Let us find ways in which we can help, we can participate, we can support. I am Dakota, and like my ancestors, my tribe and I are water protectors. From profit and power, we stand up to preserve our nations, our cultures, and the respect we deserve. My name is Gloria, y tengo 7 años. You know what 7 años is? How old is that? After school, it's to la fruteria I go. Trabajo cada día junto a mi madre. Vendemos piña, dulce y mangos con chile. Oh, yes, that sounds delicious. And what a way to end the day. Working with your mom. I love it. My language and savvy allow us to thrive. I've got hopes and dreams and skills and drive. Working together makes us both more secure. I am a daughter, a partner, an entrepreneur. Oh, yes, indeed. My language and savvy allow us to thrive. I've got hopes and dreams and skills and drive. Working together makes us both more secure. I am a daughter, a partner, and an entrepreneur. I love that. My name is Hee-jung, and I was born in Seoul. I moved here when I was 5 years old. I am part of what's called the 1.5 generation. My parents and I span 2 different nations. Like Gloria, I am a help to my mother by translating for her one word to another. When the landlord tells Mom, "You can pay me next Friday," I repeat in Korean. Uh-oh, here we go. Oma, rento deum ju guje nedu day. Oh my goodness, I know I've butchered that one so bad, but we try. Simon, I promised I did practice. It's just not good enough today. We navigate life in our new home together because kids have the skills to make every day better. Oh, I love that. We navigate life in our new home together because kids have the skills to make every day better. Oh. My name is Yuri, and I am new to this place. Hee-jung's family welcomed me with love and with grace. Finding refuge meant traveling far from home. I sailed, I flew, I rode, I roamed. Escaping violence, war, heartache, and intrusion, we came to this nation seeking dreams and inclusion. Oh, yes. Hee-jung's family welcomed me with love and grace. Finding refuge meant traveling far from home. I sailed, I flew, I rode, and I roamed. Escaping violence, war, heartache, and intrusion, we came to this nation seeking dreams and inclusion. Oh, yes, indeed. From near, from far, from here, from there, we're more than our origins. We all deserve care. Yes, indeed. From near, from far, from here, from there, we are more than our origins. We all deserve care. Yes, indeed. Race, religion, citizenship, class, and ability. Each of these intersects to form identity. Age, gender, size, and skin color too can make living life different for a friend than for you. So true. Race, religion, citizenship, class, and ability, each of these intersect to form identity, our identity. Age, gender, size, and skin color too can make living life different for a friend than for you. Barriers and biases are often to blame. We strive to be equal, but not all the same. Life's ups and downs can take many forms, but standing together, we will rewrite the norms. So true. Barriers and biases are often to blame. We strive to be equal, but not all the same. Life's ups and downs can take many forms, but standing together will rewrite the norms. Oh, yes. Where there's room for some, we make room for all. Friends can be allies, no matter how small. So remember, friends, today, no matter how little we think we are allies. We can be allies, the best allies. And that's the end. And there are many, many more notes on the back there that we could go into. And I hope that you managed to get this book from your library or indeed where you get books and you can go through and enjoy all that. And of course, too, every page that we've read is also addressed in detail. And you have, of course, they're the amazing authors and illustrator. And then you do have each page, as you can see here, is discussed in the back. What is each page addressing? What is each page talking about? And you can go through and read those and have conversations at home. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime today. I am glad we're here together. This book is so beautiful, so powerful, such an important message, and I am glad that we're able to share it again here on Storytime together. Intersection Allies, we make room for all. A big thank you to Dr. Chelsea Johnson, Dr. Toya Council, and Dr. Carolyn Choi, and of course, illustrations by Ashley Seil Smith, and of course, the foreword by Kimberly Crenshaw, Dr. Kimberly Crenshaw. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. And a big thank you, of course, to DOTTIR Press for allowing us to share this wonderful book here on Storytime. And you might also want to know that there is an educator guide, an accompaniment for this book that can help you study it, read it, go through it. And it is separated by grade level. So you have the kindergarten to lower grades. The lower grades, you also have the middle grades, second and third. And then you have the upper grades, which would be fourth and fifth. But also, I believe that even as adults, even in high school, this book is a powerful one to use indeed. Many great topics, many things that I personally relate to, and I'm sure you too relate to out there. I will practice my Korean, I promise. Thank you so much for being here on Storytime today. That was our wonderful book for today. I am glad we were here and enjoying that book. What a great way to start the day. And of course, thinking of you friends that are not feeling well, please, please, please feel better. Continue healing and sending you love, 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 and care indeed. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime today. I am glad you are here for this one. And yes, if we're still here, thank you so much for joining in. Rocco and Clay and Chriselle, absolutely appreciate you. I hope the volume's stacked today. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. Bowden, thinking of you, buddy. Feel better indeed. And of course, out in sunny but chilly Vermont, I hope that sunshine, as you're looking at it, just helps you heal, helps you feel the warmth inside. Thank you so much for joining in, and I hope you enjoyed that story. I am glad that you are here. Chrissy, thank you so much for joining in. Amanda, West, Sarah, and Nathan, oh my goodness, chilly. Oh, Illinois, I hope you're well. I hope you enjoyed that book. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. I am glad you are here. Humphrey, good morning to you. Yes, indeed. Thank you so much. And of course, Abraham, thank you for joining in. Good morning to you. And Terry, always appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. This has been Storytime for today. I am glad we're here together to read this wonderful book, Intersection Allies. Yes, indeed, bringing it back to Storytime. I think this was our third time. And trust me, this will be back many, many times on Storytime. A powerful book, a beautiful book, an amazing book indeed. Thank you so much for being here. I am glad we're here. I'll see you again tomorrow when we're back for another story, another exciting story. Ino Santo Nagara illustrated this one, and it is written by Mona Damluji, and it is coming to you live here on Storytime tomorrow. Yes, indeed, I'm excited to share this one as well. Together is a brand new book, and I am excited indeed to be here for this one, because this week we are talking about books that remind us that when we come together, we can achieve a lot. We can do wonders. And so let us continue doing our part, continue playing our part, continue being amazing allies that we are. And of course, let us remember too that our story is important. You matter. You're more than your origins. Your identity is complex, and we want to acknowledge that. And of course, acknowledge others as well in our communities. How can we live in harmony together? Yes, even though we're different, our diversity makes us unique, makes us beautiful, and it is what makes our communities a good place. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. Much love from me. This has been Storytime for today. I love this book so much that we read, and I hope that you can find it where you find books. And of course, you can always check it out in our archives. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. Yes, indeed. Thank you. Thank you. Intersection allies. We make room for all. Think about ways today in which you can make room for others in your community. Much love from me. Bye-bye.
Story time with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. He brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? We just can't wait to be in. Brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? We just can't wait to be in.